Welcome back, friends. My name is Ross, and I help people rewrite their stories. And today I want to help you rewrite the story that you are somehow separate from everyone else. As my spiritual journey has gone on and my consciousness awareness has expanded, I have begun to realize that everyone else you see, every other person, every other living thing actually, is somehow you just experiencing existence at a different level of consciousness. And the easiest way I've found to tap into that is just people watching. And that's something I've always enjoyed doing. I think most people do. And it really kind of started to click for me. A couple weeks ago, I had received 100 likes on the blog. I was very excited about that. You got to celebrate small victories whenever you can. So I went to the nearby grocery store to get myself kombucha because I'm basic. And I was standing there in line, just happy to have my kombucha. They were having a 2 for 6 sale, so your boy splurged. And I was watching the people, masks on, shuffling around, and this one particular person, they were kind of shuffling by, and they were wearing a tank top, and the strap was off the shoulder, and the old part of me that was judgmental and critical of other people looked at this person and was starting to come up with all kinds of negative stories about them for not even knowing them. And they were kind of disheveled, but it was a it, it was a day in 2020. Who's not going to be disheveled? And they had a tattoo on their back right here, and something about it might have been a flower, and something about that, or a butterfly, something like that. And I started thinking about the person that this person was when they got that tattoo, what that tattoo meant to them, what they were expressing through themselves by getting that tattoo. And I don't have any tattoos. I've never really thought that I cared enough about anything to have it on me permanently. I have ideas for uh, at least one, but that's still a ways down the road. And so, thinking about this person with their tattoo, I thought about, you know, what I would have to do to want to get that tattoo, and just think of the meaning that this person had in it. And with that little shift, I saw myself as this person, and I started thinking, what happened that caused me to shuffle? What happened to cause me to go out into the world with such little care put into my appearance? How did I get to that point? And then I just started looking around and seeing myself and other people. It wasn't like an out of body experience. I was aware that it was happening, but I just was able to project into other people. I saw this young couple walking, and the guy was carrying a bag of onions or apples. I couldn't see something, and the bag uh, ripped or something, and they fell to the floor. And the girl he was with stooped down and pick them up. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, come on, dude, pick them up. But it made me think of the first relationship I had when I was in a position to go food shopping with someone, and I was just like, oh man, you are in for a treat. And there was a part of me that was just like, wanted to, and again, this is me projecting my own experience onto their experience, but I wanted to warn them, I wanted to congratulate them, I wanted to make their lives better by telling them that they were seen or something. And it's a constant thing for me now, at least. I'm hopeful that with practice that it will just become natural. But just look in people's eyes when you're interacting with them, and try to see that essence that you know is inside of you inside of them, because it is inside of them. And that person has suffered. It may be different from the suffering you've experienced, but they have felt grief, they have felt sadness, they have felt despondency, they have felt disappointment, they have felt lonely. And if you can access that feeling inside of you and be aware of that, then when you see other people, other conscious creatures, and know that they have experienced that too, then you realize that we are unified by our suffering. And I know I say that suffering is based on the story we tell ourselves, and no one is really suffering if we are present and focused on the now, because the suffering happened in the past. But that really doesn't change that it happened, and it doesn't change that we felt at one time that emotion, that we have been able to experience that emotion. So if we can experience that in ourselves, we have to believe that we can experience it in other people. And that is something that I am becoming aware of. And it's not a bad thing at all. It makes me feel more connected to humanity. And I know there's a lot of bad stuff going on and a lot of injustices, and I think that my tapping into that has allowed me to see that other side more clearly. And I'm sorry that my privilege has kept me ignorant for so long, but like I always say, consciousness, awareness, they can only expand. And once that door is open, man, you're going to want to kick it open and run through screaming, arms stretched out, saying, yes, I see you. I know that you're suffering, and I love you. So go to the grocery store, get some kombucha, and watch people, and try to see you in them. And I promise you, it will change your life. That's all I got for you today. I hope that you found value in this. I hope that you can implement this in your own life. If you can and do, please give us a like, subscribe. I am enjoying putting these out for you and getting out into the day. It's always a good time. So I want to wish you a day filled with peace, happiness, and loving kindness. And remember, my friends, until next time, be kind, be well, and be yourself. Talk soon.